Let's start off like this.
Smell something?
Magic fingers in.
Ooh, don't throw it to get rid of Jesus.
Hard, don't throw it. It didn't go through.
Hey.
Hey, get out of my face.
Oh.
Today we're going to do a review on some headsets from FiveBelow. And we got over the ear, and then we got some earbuds. So these are kind of knockoff, probably of some more expensive.
Yeah, these
headphones.
were the most popular ones that they said that they sold. The top two for the one. This is the top one for the over the ear, and then the top one for the the earbud. They have other imitations too, like they have one for like a Samsung or even the Beats headphones that go like wrap around your ears. So we kind of wanted to test to see the sound integrity.
Everybody's looking for a good deal, so we'll give our honest opinions of what we think about this. Just keep in mind that these are not like $100 headphones, so the expectations need to be in check. Based off what, $50 and below?
$50 and below,
right.
I'd say. And that's actually, we probably should give it 20, but we'll do 50. Because
Which is pretty generous.
Because some people want a $50 head quality for what these things cost, which we'll get to in a minute, which is not much.
these are pretty economical. So ready to get into it?
Yeah. Let's see these first ones. These
all
ones,
right.
Fatheads.
These are Fatheads, so these are obviously over the ear. Set.
They actually look pretty cool. What do you think so far on the?
I mean,
you think those things are going to bust and pretty flexible?
Yeah, they're pretty flexible. I mean, there's the adjustment goes up and down like that. So what? I'm going to put these on my ears real quick.
I'm going to check them out too. Pretty stiff, actually, and it looks like these actually are maneuverable, and it is actually kind of nice that they fold like they do.
Yeah.
Let
me see how comfortable.
How long that wire is.
Yeah, they feel fairly comfortable to me.
Feel pretty good?
Yeah. They're not as comfortable as the one I have on now, but
yeah, I could see these not being. I mean, for what they are, not bad.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, we listened to these, and honestly, my opinion is, if we're gonna grade these we said we'd be generous, like for a $50 pair and under. Man, I'm gonna give these things for $50. I'm gonna give these things like a C plus or a B. I mean, as far as sound quality, now for $50 and under,
$50 and under, I'd probably give them a C. They sounded surprisingly good, actually.
Yeah.
These actually had decent bass where I was actually very surprised. I don't remember them distorting. Once you got it up to, full volume on like an iPhone or something, they did start to clip, but they actually got pretty loud before any of that ever happened.
Thought these, I mean, honestly, we'll get to the price in here, but for what you paid for them, pretty cheap, man, and they sound pretty good.
Yeah.
You never to give me a score on the build quality.
The build quality like right out of the box, I would say is a solid C.
Okay.
I'd say maybe after, a couple folds or throw it in your backpack to school, or maybe you took them to the gym, I'm thinking that they might break down a little quicker than you might expect.
For sure.
I would recommend these being at home and just hanging out in your room, listening to something or listening to a podcast.
Light duty use, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What was the magical price on these things?
$5.55.
$5. I mean, a pair of headphones for $5. And
$5.
I'm telling you, when we listened to them, they sounded pretty good. Now, don't everybody go blast to me and say, oh, I got a pair of $150 headphones. Well, of course. But I'm talking for this price range. They sound really good for $5. I guarantee you, anybody who buys these for $5 is not going to be disappointed for the price they pay.
If I forgot my headphones and was going to the gym and there was a FiveBelow near me, I would swoop in there and they'd grab a pair of these, and I would not have a bad workout. They sound pretty good.
What would you give this as a value?
As a value, I'd probably I'm an A.
I'm going to give it an A too. So we're both going to give it, as far as value, an A. Now, that's not to say just don't get us confused. That's not the best headphones out there. No. But for $5, I'm gonna go along with that. Yeah. That's an A for a value.
They sound pretty good. I mean, I don't think anyone would listen to those for giving
$5
for $5 and be disappointed.
No. So
Yep.
that's my opinions on it.
So what we got next is the true wireless earbuds. These are the
So-
imitations of the AirPods from the
Kind of like
Apple.
from Apple. Okay.
These are claiming 10 hours of playtime. I'm not so sure about that. We haven't actually tested that.
We haven't tested that. We can't say one way or another if they'll do 10 or not.
They're pre-paired, ready to use. Now we did pair these. The process was actually pretty painless. So simply what happens is that you open them up. There's like comes with a little cable, instructions, comes with a tiny little
USB charger. Yep.
The box apparently will charge these headphones individually up to 3 times. That's that little indicator at the bottom there. But unlike the AirPods, these guys pair up individually. There's a button on the back of them that actually you pair up your device. The sound on these, or actually the build quality, I guess we'll go to first on these particular ones. The build quality actually was fairly decent. They don't feel like they're going to break. They're twice as big as the AirPods, though. More, what do you think?
Yeah. If we're talking about the build quality first, this is definitely going to be subpar to Apple's build quality. I mean, it feels chintzy. It's light. It's bulky. It's got a cheap plasticky kind of feel.
It is.
To me.
It's even lighter than the AirPods.
But once again, this is a value product, not a high end product.
Right.
So there is inconvenience with the pairing. It's not a big deal. He paired them up really quick. He just had to do one at a time.
Very simple.
And they have little lights on them. What I did notice about this, I don't know if you noticed this as well, that they are bigger. The actual piece that goes in here is a little bit larger than what you would get with the.
They're twice as big as the AirPods, though. More, what do you think? Yeah.
The Apple ones, they're not quite as comfortable as the Apple ones, but they're still decent,
That's what I was saying. They're about 2 times bigger than the maybe even more, you think?
They're definitely larger than,
but they're fairly comfortable. They don't feel like they're gonna fall out of your ear.
They're a little bit longer, and a little bit wider here too as well. Build quality, I'm going to give it a C minus.
Yeah.
What are you going to give it?
I'd probably give it for build quality for me on these, because I don't feel like they're breakable. Like I don't feel like these would break very easily.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably give them for what they are. These were a little bit more expensive than the other ones. I'd probably give them probably a C plus on these.
We're close. I'm C minus. You're C plus. All right. So let's talk about the sound. We both listened to them.
Hey, you ever hear like a dumpster? No.
So yeah, what would you give the sound? What was your score on the sound on it?
I give the sound on these a D, and I feel like I'm being kind. The idea of them is great, but they just don't really. I'm not even comparing it to anything highfalutin. I'm talking about even just like a $5 RCA pair, or $10. They're just pretty rough to listen to.
It was real tinny to me. There's not much bass in this tinny. Now, if you're gonna just listen to like a podcast like this, or if you're gonna listen to some just people talking or whatever, it's really fine. I mean, it's fine. Now, if you want to go to the gym or something and rock out,
don't do it.
You might be a little disappointed.
They might go flying out of your ears. They might go dead within. I mean, we don't know.
I'm going to give. I'm not quite as aggressive on that as with you. The D, I give it a C minus because it's just a cheap product anyway.
Yeah,
but it's definitely subpar compared to these.
The best way to describe the sound would be if you took a pair of headphones, like halfway decent ones, not even decent. Let's just say decent, and you moved them away from your head, and then that's the kind of sound signal that you would get with these. Though it was very thin. It had no bottom end, and I mean none. No bottom end.
Yeah, I mean the sound quality is not great, but let's go to value.
Value, if you're wanting some wireless headphones that mimic the AirPods for under $10, I'd say these are actually pretty good. I would music listening, depending on what kind of music you listen to. My type of music is why my score is a lot harsher. It has more bass into it, more mids. That's why I give it a D. Value, I'd probably give it a C.
Yep, I'm going to go along with C for what it is. How much is this? $8?
That one was $8.
So we got $5, which actually the over the ear ones sound probably like 3 times, 4 times better than these. Of course, they're bigger. They're over the ear.
But it was a whole different sound.
It was a whole different sound. So for the wireless earbuds, I'm going to give it, for a cheap pair, I'm going to give it a C.
Absolutely.
All right.
I would agree with that. Now, this thing here doesn't seem like too bad. This little box charging case for
I mean, it's okay.
But these are definitely floaters now.
They're okay value for what they are. Hey, now let's compare what we got here. So we got an $8 pair of earbuds. They're USB.
These are micro.
They're
USB.
wireless USB plug-in headphones, earbuds. $8 compared to what are the? I'm trying to think.
120.
So we're talking 12 times less.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. If you're just looking for something to get by, and that you're not going to be real picky about the sound, $8 versus 120.
If you're going to go for like maybe a walk, you don't want to spend $100.
It's plenty good.
These are good, and you don't have to worry about the wire, which I didn't explain. On those, the wire was a little shorter than I expected, but it's kind of short enough to where if you're a taller person, if you were to like tilt your head, your phone might fly out of your pocket.
So, I mean, FiveBelow, these products were not too bad. We got a $5 and an $8 pair.
Yeah.
You get some earbuds for $8 and some over the ears for $5. And I tell you what, I was impressed. I was really impressed with these Fatheads. I was like, for $5,
it's not bad. And it says here that the calling time is 2 hours, music time 2 hours. So that's kind of where I'm wondering where they get the 10-hour advertisement on it.
Even if these Fatheads only lasted for 4 months, $5?
Yeah, I know. Even for a week, really, if you think about it.
So, yep, that's the our input on these items from FiveBelow. If you guys like to see more of these type of reviews from like the FiveBelow or any other store, please let us know and hit the like button, and we'll see you on the next review.
Have a good one.